everyone. Welcome to another episode of You,
Me,
and the Flea.
What's
Happy
up?
Thursday, everybody.
Let's go.
Okay, I can't even believe we're going to do this, but it's time to talk back to school.
Yeah, I know. Wild, right?
Sick.
Like how wild. I know we say this every episode,
Sick,
but I
but-
literally don't understand.
Okay, I have anxiety and I'm not even in school.
Me either.
Like, this ain't what's up. I don't know, like, I feel, when you go shopping and you see, like, everybody, I mean, they've been, like, throwing back to school stuff since, like, May, I feel like, or June. Like, school isn't even out and the stuff's out, right? But now, we're full in it. Some kids maybe hearing this and already be in school.
Yeah, I know. Wild. Because some, well, okay, for, like, instance, Arizona, I have some family who live there, and, like, they already are back in school.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but they get out of school, like super
May or
late.
something?
Yeah.
I don't know. What would you prefer?
Not super late, super early.
If you were in school, what would you prefer? Kind of like
think-
a college schedule where they start earlier and then they're like out by Cinco de Mayo type, or like...
Honestly, I like the way that we did it in Michigan. We were out in like the beginning of June, and then we went back after Labor Day weekend.
Oh, see, we went like the end of August, which I always thought was weird. I'm like, why don't we just go back?
Well, we did that for a long time.
It was like we
and
would
then,
get
like,
acclimated that week and then
They changed
have a break.
it when I was like a sophomore in high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So then we didn't start going back until after Labor Day, because basically we would go back for like 5 days, 5 like stupid half days.
Yeah.
And then we would have like a 4-day weekend for Labor Day.
I never
and
understood
then we
that.
would be like all the way back in school. I'm like, this is like a haha, a prank. I'm like,
Or
why?
also-
As a kid, I did not like that.
When you had like the last field day, like on a Tuesday, it's like, couldn't we have done this on a Friday and then
Yeah.
not come back?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, whatever. But then I guess it makes sense because then teachers' days
Yep.
are like the next day or two,
Yeah,
whatever.
like curricular or whatever, what they do.
But anyways, were you ever excited going back to school? Like,
I actually was.
let's talk childhood going back.
fashion. I would get so excited. My mom,
Oh,
would
the
like
fashion.
let us get like a new outfit or like new shoes,
Yeah.
whatever. And I just remember like loving that part and like begging her to let me wear them before. And she's like, no, like this is the whole
yeah.
point. Like absolutely not.
Dude, that first week of school, you're showing up crisp.
Every day.
Like crisp.
And
Not a
then-
crease on your sneakers, not nothing. You're like rolling up to school.
Literally.
No, I'm dead serious.
Like, yeah, it's wild.
The folders were crispy. Like my pencils were perfect. Like everything. I was like, do not mess around.
I mean, yeah, the pencils, oh my God, do you remember Lisa Frank?
Yes, of
Like
course.
the milky pens, the glitter
the gel
pens,
dude.
It was
The gel
like,
pens were it.
Honestly, I think I would use those again,
I know.
to be honest. I really loved the way that they wrote.
Yeah, if we could bring them back, that'd be great.
In Indiana, when you went to middle school, well, even elementary school, they did it. Did you have to go to the school to see who your teachers were?
So
And
for
then,
middle
you
school,
got to walk around.
Okay, middle school was my freaking favorite because we would decorate our lockers. Did you guys do that?
No.
Yeah. What? Okay,
feel like that would be so
get our
fun.
locker assignment with like our combinations, our combos, if you will. So we would like go, dude. I had
What's your
like
combo?
Yeah, what's your combo? Dude, I would never give my combo to anyone now.
Ever.
Now someone's like asking me for like my
passcode?
My passcode. I'm like,
What?
skirt. You
Yeah,
could use
no.
my face. No. But no, dude. And so we would get like the locker shelves and like we would wrap the door in like gift wrap, like
Yes,
badass like
present.
paper,
Yeah.
pictures of our friends,
Oh
like
my God, that's fun.
mirror, because you always need a mirror.
The inside of my middle school locker was decorated. But not the outside.
Oh, it
I
was
had the mirror for
the
sure.
inside. That's what
Yeah.
I'm talking about. Like
Oh,
we went
okay,
ham on the
okay.
inside.
Okay, I thought you
It
meant
looked
the
like
outside.
We acted like it was like a dorm room in there. Like, and it's
love it.
literally this big. we would have like all of our makeup. There was like a little
I
shelf.
had
You know what I
Yep,
mean?
little
Like,
shelf, like your
dude.
powder. Also, what do you need in 6th and 7th grade? I'm bringing like
what
all
weirdos.
this powder.
I know, seriously. 9 times out of 10, I left my backpack in there too. Like, I never carried like.
Me either, but I would have pom practice
yes.
after.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I was
So you had, like, a
had my,
duffel in
my
there and stuff.
pom-poms and like all that stuff, especially during like, not year round, but football season, basketball season, because I pommed on in both fall and winter.
Right, so like peaks.
Yeah, and we didn't have like a gym locker. So
I gotcha.
in
So,
high
yeah.
school and like middle school is kind of annoying because I felt like they were even smaller and I would have like more stuff. And I never used it either for my school stuff. It was like a storage like closet for me. Like
Yeah.
my extra clothes in case I had like my whole, like my
Yeah,
uniform and
yeah,
pom-poms
no.
and all that. But like, no, I wasn't like going
So
to
you
my
were like
locker.
shoving your stuff in there.
Not shoving. I mean, it was a little aesthetically pleasing, but
Yeah.
it was more like I didn't really also like have classes with like huge books.
Oh, yeah. I feel like my books were humongous.
For like history or like language arts, but like the rest was like
No,
not
I
really.
wish. Like, I feel like my math book was always like this humongous.
Well,
same
that
thing with,
was
like,
like my
history and
worst subject, so I probably didn't get
well,
that high up. Where
I was like
had
in
a book
advanced
that
math,
big.
so it was always
There you
pretty
go.
big. Yeah. But no, like, I mean, we would go like the day before and decorate our lockers, and then we would like map out, like we would follow our schedule, right? So we would like go to like class to class, see our classroom. Sometimes the teachers were there, most times they weren't, but it was always the best because it would be like, oh yeah, so on my way to 4th period I get to see Rachel and like whatever, because everyone was there. So it'd be
Yeah.
like, oh, where are you going? Okay, let's go to 5th period now. And we would like walk together and be like, all right, so we can walk together, and then you turn and then
Yeah,
I turn.
yep.
It was so cute. Like, I don't know how we made that stuff a big deal. It didn't really. I like look back and I'm like,
Ooh, how extra.
no,
I guess
I just
was
get
extra.
there. It's like, just get there.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
We don't need to do everything extra in between.
Were you the type of person that was on like a strict schedule during school?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, was your mom like, okay, guys, 9:30, lights out, homework done, like dinner at 7? You know what I mean? Like,
not me. It's weird, but like my mom always says I was like the best kid when it came to homework. Like I would come home from school and knock it out literally right away.
Really?
So then I had like the whole rest. That's even how I am now. Like, well, for the most part, like if I have stuff that I like don't enjoy doing,
Yeah.
I just like do
get it over with
right away.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I would come home, she would let like literally my brothers had a problem where they would like lie about like having homework, and then like it would like pop up days later. My mom's like, what happened here?
Yeah,
Like I thought you didn't have homework. Me,
Totally.
I would just come home and knock it out, and then I kind of was able to like go play or do what I wanted to do.
Right.
We were not like out all late. No, like we were definitely in the house by like the dark, but we had bedtimes. But I feel like as I got older, maybe it's because I was like the oldest and the only girl. My parents were like, okay, like I had a TV in my room, so like I was upstairs in my room, but like I was not like passed out. Like they would let me stay up a little bit.
Yeah.
Not late.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Like, yeah, but still, it's interesting because now I like look back at like middle school, high school, and like routines, and like look where I'm at now, and I'm like, yeah, you could definitely tell I was like a routine girly.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I'm like shocked that it wasn't like more. I feel like for people, because I absolutely did not have a schedule. My parents weren't home most of the time in the evening. So like we were not on a schedule, and I feel like that's why I'm a little bit chaotic nowadays, or like a little bit more like lax in terms of timelines or things like that. I mean, like for work wise, it's different, right?
Yeah.
But like if I like am like, oh, I need to like do my laundry, I'm not like hard on myself if I don't get it done. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
But there's some people that are like, if I don't do my laundry today, it screws up my whole rest of the week. You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
like, then I won't have time to do it, and and then they're like frantic.
Yeah.
So like certain things have to be done on certain days, or like, oh gosh, there are some people that are like, I wash my white clothes on Wednesday.
Oh no,
I go to like,
I'm anal in type A is
totally.
no,
I go to
but
the
I'm
grocery
not.
store every Sunday night. Like, I don't know.
We're not on
So
that level,
I am
babe.
just not that. And
I
anyways,
am.
but some people instill that, and I mean, I know even some of my really good friends that have kids, like lights out 8:30 every night, like dinner at 6, like they're just like, no screen time after 9 or whatever their case is. Like they're very like good about schedules, and I'm just like curious if that was.
Well, it's interesting because now, like looking at me and my brothers, we all follow like a routine.
Yeah, for sure.
And I also wonder if like that had to do with like my dad being in like the military, like, and how maybe we kind of grew up and like didn't even notice it. But like looking back now, I'm like, yeah, I have a routine. Michael has a routine. Brandon has a routine. Like all of us.
Totally.
It's like, but we like, I get like a high when I like knock my like
Oh,
stuff
yeah,
off. I'm like,
for sure.
"Woo, I'm feeling good, baby."
I got it done before it needed to get done.
Literally, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like because I'm by myself, like there's no one really. It's not like I'm like, oh my,
Right.
you know,
Oh, like
like
you're-
yeah,
like,
like
oh,
my
your
partner's
dirty
expecting this.
clothes
My
are
mom's not
laying
expecting.
around,
Yeah, like
Yeah.
if I'm the best time to catch me is when I'm having people over.
Yeah.
Like then I will get it done because I'll be like, oh, okay, I need to clean by this day because friends are coming over at noon, and I need to have my groceries here by then, and this and that. Like that's the only time if I know that
You're
people are like
hosting,
relying on me,
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm very chill on myself.
Yeah, that's.
But anyway,
that's
I
okay.
mean, but with kiddos and like, college, things like that, I feel like it's kind of important to have a routine. Like obviously it shows like you're a little bit more stable, consistent, helps with like your time management.
Yeah.
Like it really does.
Yeah,
Like now
totally.
as an adult kind of knowing these things, I'm like, obviously it helps improve their focus and productivity and healthy habits. Obviously when you're more frantic or if you're waking up exhausted, what are you doing? You're getting sugar, you want coffee. You know what I mean? Like even me as an adult, like that happens on those late nights.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I watched
Caffeine
Love
doing it.
Island till 3:30 in the morning. Cool. Really shot myself in the foot today.
Yeah, no, we've all been there. I definitely think though that it definitely helps growing up with like consistency, time management, confidence. Even I definitely think there is some positives.
Yeah. How do you? So as we're like, I mean, we're not going back to school, but I think like this shift in time, I think everyone kind of gets back on a schedule.
Totally.
Right? Where
I'm
it's
like kind of ready.
No, totally. I mean, like, for example, my boss is going to be more on a consistent schedule because
Yep.
now it's like he drops off the kids back at a certain time and then he's in the office at the same time every day. So now I have that expectation again. It's kind of like everyone gets back on that, like, whether you like it or not. Like, again, I'm saying that because I don't have kids or anything.
Yeah.
But organically, it's like you're just back on that. You know, people are finishing right at 5 because there's, extracurricular activities and whatever. So how do you kind of stay consistent with yourself?
Honestly, in the summer, I'm not as good. Like, I'm a big workout girly. I can't tell you honestly right now the last time I went to, well, okay, that's a lie because I did a berries class, but like to my gym, like consecutively, I'm kind of always really lax in the summer because I would rather just do stuff outside.
Right.
Especially with like having, working for myself, I have the capability to kind of schedule my days. So if I want to get up super early and like go walk to the river, I can, but I try to do more stuff outside. It really though, it's like anytime I feel like a little bit off like my path or like not myself as much, I realize that I haven't been doing my routines.
Yeah.
And like I said a little bit earlier in this episode, it does like something, it's like a natural high. Like it really is.
It really
like
is.
I've been trying to get back into my morning routine the last few weeks and it's definitely been helping me. But I think don't be so hard on yourself, especially in the summer months when people are off, people are traveling, people are taking vacations, kids are home. It's just a little bit different.
But yeah, there's so much fun temptations going on, like a street fest or you're going to a barbecue or this. Even like your eating schedules.
Yeah.
Like me, during the fall and winter, I'm like on it with like water, for
Yeah.
example. And like, I can't tell you the last time I filled my 40 ounce, like
Yeah.
Stanley, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like, I like have been sucking on it the past like couple weeks, not
Yeah.
literally, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, like, I don't know, like you just kind of fall off
You do.
because you're running around and then it's like, oh, let me just crack a beer or like at this festival instead or something, you know? And
Yep.
I'm just like,
And then one beer
wow,
is like
I didn't have
3
water at all
beer.
today.
Yep,
Like,
been there.
no wonder why I'm tired or all these things. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, it definitely is in the summer. It's just different. Like,
I think if you have like a routine of like 3 to 5 things, when you know those months and those summer months, just try to do one of like the things on your routine every day. One thing to kind of keep you in that consistent mindset. But for me, even I definitely fall off the wagon in the summer months. That's why I'm like, you know, my mom, I just saw my parents and my mom's laughing. She's like, oh my God, it's almost fall. And I always loved the fall because it was my birthday. But like living in Michigan, you could do like so many things in the fall, like
yeah.
pumpkins. You can go apple picking. There's like all
Yeah.
the apple orchards, corn mazes, all
Totally.
of
Just
that
even
stuff.
driving.
Yeah,
like,
all the
is
leaves
beautiful.
changing. And I was like telling her, I'm like, I'm kind of ready for the fall. She's like, I swear you get like this every August. And I'm like, yeah, because I start realizing like I need to get time
Yeah,
to
I
get
need
it
to
back
get back.
together.
Yeah, I need to get myself back together.
It's been 3 months and time to get back on the
Oh
track.
yeah, I don't know why it is,
I
dude.
don't
But
know.
maybe it's because just like again, like from kids,
Kid
like our
mindset,
mental clock
yep.
was like, it's time to go back to school. Like it's time to get serious again.
I
You
mean,
know what
every
I
adult
mean?
I know like hates working in the summer.
Totally.
You know, and it's funny living in Chicago. Like I said, you know, I'm kind of bouncing around throughout the days, whether it's going to different clients or, you know, just doing everyday errands. And I always say, I'm like, do people literally even work
Oh,
anymore?
I know.
Like,
I think
why
the
is there
same thing.
so many people out all the time?
I think this.
It is 12:02. Okay, like that's lunch, I get it. But like 10 a.m., 3:30 p.m., I'm
know.
like, everyone's just out.
Is everyone an influencer? I don't understand.
Yeah, what's going on?
Can I get your Kool-Aid? Because I am trapped in my body. Anyways, no, seriously, I agree. And I feel like it's kind of that time too where I'm just like, I'm ready for it too.
Yep.
Like shows are coming back. Like there's so many more things where, and I don't want to say like you get locked up because you don't, like you said,
No,
there's
yeah.
still so much to do, so much going on. It's even more busy like the second half of the year, but
Yeah, like it's like football
Yeah,
season, baseball,
totally.
basketball,
So much
hockey's
going
coming.
on.
Like there's all about to be all the sports. And
Of course.
I definitely think I think it does go back to just like that kid like mindset.
Mentality.
Like I'm on summer break and I'm gonna be
It's a
back
free
soon.
for all.
Yeah, literally.
Is there something on your like routine or like schedule type of lifestyle that you wish you could incorporate or be better at?
Yeah, honestly, I am like, so my friend Chelsea and Justin have a cold plunge.
Ooh.
And when I was visiting them a few months ago, I did it for the very first time, and I like didn't, you know, everyone like hypes it up, and I'm like, ugh, is this like so worth it? You
Yeah.
know, like this, you're
Just
literally
run a cold shower.
freezing. Yeah, I felt like insane after. Like your whole body has like a rush
Really?
of like energy. Yeah.
How long did you do it for?
45 seconds, but that's pretty good for your. What?
Some people are in there for like 5-10 minutes, dude.
I know, but for my first time, they said that was good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like they're like, if you can get 20 seconds in, like you're good.
Dang.
And I was like,
were you like neck down?
yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, what are we at? And they're like,
Some
30.
people, I'm like, get your shoulders in there, dude.
no,
Like-
I was in.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I had like everyone watching too, which is like nerve wracking. So I'm like, I
sure.
want to stay in here longer to look like a boss, but I have to get out. So we did 45 seconds, but then like I was so tempted again to like want to do it after. So I don't know. I guess if there's one thing I would add into my routine would be like something like that, maybe, because there's
Yeah.
apparently like a lot of health benefits.
100. Yeah.
But I don't know, like maybe more like holistic-y, like I don't know. I also like think like yoga or like some type of like meditation zen would be good
Yeah.
for me. What about you?
I definitely would say sleep, like sleep management. I feel just being more consistent with it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like on the weekends, sometimes I'm like catching up so much where I'm like, whoa, I just slept 12 hours. You know what I mean? And like then there's sometimes during the week where like I'm not, you know, and I just want to get like really consistent with that and just like turning off my phones, turning off devices, and just like actually getting like restful sleep. I definitely would love to incorporate that into a routine better, and also like maybe getting some like books or reading in instead of like screen time.
Yeah, I'm on my phone way too much.
Yeah, I just feel like that for those two things, like for sure, like my nighttime routine is like not great. It like never has been, I feel like, and I'm just like, man, I really need to work on that.
Isn't bad, but then like, you know, I wake up last night at 3:45 a.m. and I'm like on Pinterest looking up literally fall outfit trends, and then it's like it was like 5, and I'm like, okay, it's been an hour and 15 minutes in the middle of the night. You're gonna regret this tomorrow.
Yes, exactly. Or there are so many times like I'll like wake up if I have to like pee or something, and I'm just like, okay, go back to sleep, and it like doesn't happen, and I'm just like wired, and then as I'm like, don't get your phone. As soon as I get that phone, it's done. It's done. And then it's like too late to take a melatonin at 3 a.m. because then you're groggy. I'm like, dude, this sucks.
This was me last night. I'm like, and then we're going to be recording tomorrow, and I'm going to be like sitting here like dozing.
Yikes. Anyways, well, let's talk about some more things about back to school. Obviously, we work at the flea. Lately, we've seen a lot of stuff. We talked about how excited we were with all of the back to school shopping and our shopping list and things like that. So, we were tasked with putting together some things that we would get if we were a kid. So, what are 5 things that you would get from SwapORama if you were a kid going back to school?
Water bottle.
Okay.
Backpack. Lunchbox. Keychain. And then the snacks, because you know the kids love blinging out their like backpack now. They have the zipper with like the fur or the squishmallow or the glitter,
little furry.
And I feel like Swap has so many good keychains. Like we literally see them every time, and I'm like, this keychain has a bottle opener on it. This a lighter.
Totally.
What about you?
Okay, I did folder notebooks, so like the basics. Also did like lunchbox tumbler route. I feel like there's so many fun options with that route. Like even like
we
saw those like vintage ones, like the old school ones that like clip. I feel like that was cool. New clothes and shoes for sure. I feel like the kid stuff is like so good right now. Backpack I also put, and then I put headphones. I would get like some fun, I don't know, big ones, maybe some earbuds. I would get like the variety if I was a kid.
Yeah, because you can get like multiple for like good prices.
Yeah,
there.
for sure. And different color waves and stuff. Like, I love it. Some honorable mention things I wrote down are stickers, snacks, art supplies, and tissues. What was your favorite thing to buy?
What for?
Like on your list. Or were you like a color-coded girly where you're like, okay, red is going to be math.
Yes.
So you were like red folder, red notebook.
Yes. Yep.
Red binder, math. And then blue, blue, you know. So was I. So was I.
I was color-coded. Yeah, I really loved my new school shoes.
Oh, yeah, for
Those
sure.
Those were like the best.
Did you guys get an agenda?
Yeah.
Like you got, like the planner?
Yes.
Dude. My agenda was like,
I think that's why I still have
Bible.
A handwritten calendar.
Me too. I like cannot.
Loved that thing. I would
Obsessed.
highlighter different color here. Like I would write everything down that like didn't even need to be written down.
I spent more time writing the assignment than doing the assignment. Yeah. Like that's how whatever I'd be like, do questions 1 through 10, whatever, and then did I do it? Sometimes no. Most time no.
Oops.
Graduated those. All right, if you were a college kid or, you know, teenager even, what would you get from the flea?
Okay, I put furniture.
Yes, so good.
Shower curtains.
Ooh, okay.
Sheets.
Yes.
Fan.
Yes.
And then I also put a water bottle.
Love that.
Because I feel like there's so many options. Like the Swap right now has like kid water bottles, but they also have like really good like hydro bottles and like other ones that are like so nice, matte, nudes. It's like good
the bold
teen
ones,
college kid colors. You know, the kind we like.
I mocked a few things. Number one, I did furniture too because why not? Would you get like, it's already put together, it's ready to go, like
desk,
gently used. If you want to
bed,
paint it, you can.
end
Like
tables, lights,
chairs,
Yep.
even like, or even, you know, like a lot of kids, like if you're like second or third year even, and sometimes people have patios, like dude, I would get like a gently used patio set. It's just going to get banged up by your friends anyways who are like partying and
Yep.
like get something used. Why would
Yep.
you even get a new,
I'm with
you know? So I would do that. I put personal hygiene items because I ain't spending money on that shiznit either. I would
What
get
did
like
I
all the
just
big
buy?
boys. I would get literally the gallon of like laundry detergent or like
those
something
huge,
else. Yes,
like the scent boost,
all the, like,
that
bulky
big thing.
things.
Yes, that will last you a long while.
I wrote down artwork too. I feel like that's something that's so expensive, like
Yep.
in stores, like even like Target, you're paying like at least 30-40 bucks
Yep.
for like a small dinky like 8x10 canvas of some sort. You can find a ton at the flea, especially if you're like, I'm just thinking about like, again, like a frat or something with like
So different.
all the like beer signs and stuff. Like
even
there's
like the
good,
stuff we
fun
just
stuff.
saw.
Yeah,
it was
like
so
sports,
good, perfect for like decorating a dorm,
Kobe,
even
like
a
whatever,
small
like
apartment.
Correct. Even if you want something like super nice or like again something like used, dude, no brainer. Even girls, there's like the mini succulents, like so many
Yeah. Oh, I
things
know.
we saw
I
this
love.
past weekend.
I love.
Clothing for sure. I feel like if I was a guy or a girl, even actually, I would even myself, but. All the t-shirts that are 2 for $10 or no, how much were they? 2 for $5?
2 for $5.
The plain t-shirts.
Yes.
Dog, I would get every
Every
single
color.
color, even if it was just for like my pajamas
Yep.
or like my loungewear.
Yep.
Dude, I would get oversized tees, all the like boxers that are for, like super cheap, socks I would load up on, like all of those basic things for sure. And kitchen essentials. I am not trying
That's
to,
a good one.
Right?
I didn't even think about that. That's so good.
dude, any of those like mixers, shakers,
Choppers,
protein
even like the
shakers.
glasses, plates,
Totally.
silverware. Oh yeah, that's
Totally,
good. That's really
right?
good.
Okay, honorable mention. Skincare.
Yep.
You mentioned bedding. That was really
Yep.
good. Charger, even a laptop if you're like, if you
Yep.
broke yours or like you don't want to buy a new one. Or maybe you're saving up for like, you know, you're about to get a graduation gift, but you need something to beat up on. Dude, a TV, planners, and totes. I was even thinking like, you know how we were just saying like you would have like the red folders and stuff for like math. I feel like if you were a girl, you could literally get a tote for like each subject, like a badass like cool tote,
Yeah.
and be like, all right, this brown one is for like
Keep your books
my
and
Tuesdays.
your folder and your pen.
Yes, and just grab whichever one you need because they're so cheap. They're like $5
And honestly,
bucks
for me,
good ones.
I will say too, like I switch bags a lot. I always forget something in like a different bag. Like
Really?
yeah,
Yeah,
because
same.
yesterday I had my Lulu bag on, my
Yeah.
like little one, but now I have my like big, huge free
Totally.
people tote. So I'm like, oh shoot, I didn't grab
Right.
this from here. So yeah, I think for me even.
Same thing. You leave your gloss in your going out bag. You know,
I have
yeah.
now decided to leave the mini flossers in each bag, the lip gloss in
Yes,
each
there will
bag.
be like a mini mascara in each bag.
Literally.
You might as well.
Yeah.
Right. So, anyways,
Great
I
ideas.
think all of those. Okay. Now, if you were a parent trying to implement a routine, if you will, what are 5 things you would get from Swap?
Calendar.
Okay.
Now this can be like a flip calendar or like a calendar you hang on the wall that's like a dry erase board.
Yeah.
I put pens and colored paper,
Oh, that's good.
journal, / agenda, organizers, and stickers.
Okay.
Organizers,
yeah, those are really good.
like, you know, like on my desk, I have like the organizers that are like clear and they like stack up on each other. I even feel like you have them on your desk where
Yeah,
you like
yeah,
can
yeah.
put, you know, like the papers and each subject, if you will.
Well, I mean, I
And
feel
then
like
there's like the ones that like stand up.
yeah. I feel like all of that would be so good too because it's like if you have 2 or 3 kiddos and it's
Oh.
like one has soccer,
Yep.
one has this,
Yep.
one has a birthday party. It's
Yep.
like very easy to kind of
I honestly
keep all that
remember
clean.
one of the families that I nannied for had like a huge white paperboard or paperboard, and then like they would have the chores on top, the kids'
Yup.
names, and literally it would
Oh,
all be
nice.
stickered everywhere. And she'd made it like ruler, you know,
Yup.
put the lines in.
Oh, wow.
It was legit. It
That's
was
a mom right there.
legit. So like, but if you're helping keep somebody on a routine or get a kid on a routine, that's like so ideal, especially when you're looking at it every day.
It helps the nanny, it helps the grandma, it helps everybody kind of keep it together. Like, there's nothing better than like a husband coming home and being like, where is everybody? And then being like, oh, it's 5:30 on a Tuesday, it's soccer, you know, whatever.
Yep.
Okay, I went a different route. I kind of went like more the nighttime route.
Okay.
So I did like PJs and cozies.
Love that.
I did bath wash or like lotions. I did teas and essential oils, you know, something to like calm everybody down, even including myself. Like a sound machine, alarms, pillows, blankets, and then again, like charts, highlighters, things like that.
I think it's funny you kind of went with the bedtime routine, and
Yeah,
I kind of went with like how to keep, like.
Well, because I want to fix my night.
And I just need to get more organized in time management.
Sure.
Yeah, it's so funny.
All right, well, let's end this with like a little bit more of like our favorites. Did you have a favorite teacher? Or like someone you like, were you in elementary school ever and being like, oh my gosh, I need Mrs. Smith in third grade?
Linebaugh.
Was she your, what grade?
She was, Linebaugh, was she third grade?
That's such a cool name.
Yeah. She was like an older woman, like so chill. She kind of reminded me of like my grandma in a way, like very
Really?
soft-spoken. Yeah, like easy.
Yeah.
Easy to get along. Like I could just tell she like genuinely like loved
What she did. Yeah.
Loved helping the kids, loved teaching, loved the parents coming in. It was my first year in a public school after a Catholic school, so it was just like such a good
transition.
yeah,
from there,
like it was like so easy.
Wow.
But then like if I think of like high school and like middle school, Rachel abused the system. Like I would be like skipping, and I would just our like assistant principal loved my group of friends. And I'd be like, listen, if you let me just say I'm in your office for the hour, I'll go buy us coffee. And
Stop.
I have never been suspended.
Over
nothing.
a coffee?
No, because I like wasn't ready for a test or something. And I'd be like,
okay.
Rosie, I cannot go to this class. I'm going to fail. I can't. I would
Really?
like beg him. He's like, fine, you guys can stay in my office and do like a study hour. I'm like, okay, well, we're going to go get a coffee first and we'll buy you one if that's cool. And he would be like, I don't know about this. But then he would tell us his coffee order.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I had days in high school where, so we were on block schedule. So
I always wonder that.
You guys, how many did you have?
No, we didn't.
8 every day? So we had 4 classes every day. That's it.
6 a day.
Wow. Okay.
But we didn't do block.
Yeah, so we had block.
The same, and then we just did semesters.
Gotcha. So we had semesters, but we only did block scheduling. So we would have, they were called blue and white days because those were the colors of our school. So on blue days, you had 4 classes, and on white days, you had 4 classes. So I was in color guard because color guard is a fine art. It was a class. So that was my 8th period.
Love
so
that.
For example, this was my white day, which I was obsessed with. I had music appreciation, which was in the band room, led by the band director, and I was in color guard, so me and him were tight. Then my next period was SRT, which is our study hall. So during that,
wow,
yeah,
white day was hitting. Okay,
SRT though, I was an aide, so I was an aide for the band office. So I would like, you know, when you were an aide for people, you would like run passes out if someone needed to leave early or whatever kind of errands they needed, type of thing. It was so fun.
Yes.
I always wanted to be an aide. So I was an aide for the band office during SRT. My 7th hour was my aide period. So I was an aide for the main office during that time. So I was running like, attendance
you were not
passes.
Just sitting in one desk.
Yes.
You were busy.
Oh my God. I was running the show, but it was so fun. It was like me and my good friends and we had such a blast. And then 8th period was color guard. So it was literally the best day. And then I would work out at the end of the day. It was so good. But then my blue days were god awful because it was like English, advanced math, science, and like all the like hardest classes. So there were some days I would have like 4 back-to-back like hard exams, you know, so I hated it. But anyways, block scheduling was the best.
Class in high school? Like not
like
like
that
grade
I did?
Or that you just did not enjoy?
Dude, I just, it was in high school it was English. In college it was different, but in high school it was definitely like English for me. It was really hard for me to like read something and then
comprehend.
Yeah, because my perspective, I hated questions like, what did the author refer to when he said blah blah blah?
Oh,
and
so
it's
like 100 different possible answers,
no
and then,
shit.
then like
so I
yours would be wrong.
Exactly.
Yep.
And I would be like, oh, I'm positive he
It's
meant
this.
D.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you know, he was upset. And it's like, no, he was happy. I'm like, how was that happy? Like, I would get so mad. But my sisters were both so freaking good at English, and it like made me so mad. But I was a math person. I like, because I understood it the best. It was like very black and white for me. I also was a creative person, so like I loved anything I could do that would like challenge me in that way, like science kind of thing. But more so like, you know, think of or even like speech classes I did really well at. Weird. Presenting, all that stuff, like I loved. What about you?
What I hated was history. Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Like I don't
like U.S. history or like all history.
U.S. history.
Okay.
I mean, it's just so boring to me. Like it sounds so bad, but like I even hate now at the age of 32 when people are like, yeah, you know, in 18, da 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 da. I'm like, honestly, no, I don't know. I don't know because I didn't pay attention and I cheated on every single test. Yeah. I'm sorry. Like it's like my teacher wanted to help me, but like knew I just couldn't do it and would like put the smartest people around me. I feel bad admitting this now, but like if I didn't sit by some of these people, I would have never passed.
There's just so much information.
I just don't care.
So much information in college, like. When we had to take like the basic like history or whatever it was, whatever German war it was, oh my god, I'm so bad. Vietnam, whatever it was, Civil War, like there were so many things where I'm like, how am I supposed to remember all these little battles and these little things and like who was there and what happened and why? And I'm like, there's a lot going on, dude. Like I can barely keep my own stuff in line. It's cool though. It's very fascinating to me. Like I feel like obviously we had to come from somewhere, but it was a lot. It was a lot of information. I think that was the thing.
And maybe it was like always at the end of my day and I'm like, no,
I'm done here.
And they would always like call on me too. And I'd be like, not listening. Like, I'm like, I'm sorry. What's the question?
Yeah, seriously, I'm out.
But for like favorites, I loved and was super good at debate. Imagine that.
Oh yeah. Wait, I feel like you would be so good at that. I never took a debate class, but I feel like that was
my absolute favorite. I did.
I wish I did more like in high school we had like kinesiology and stuff like that. Like I wish or like more health classes. I wish I would take more of those. Or they would offer more of those, I feel. So there was always like the basic one where you learn about sex and health and your reproductive stuff and like the basics, but it was never enough. Like I would have loved to learn like, again,
debate was like my all-time favorite. Like our teacher was a guy and he would always be like, have you like ever thought about being a lawyer? I'm like, look at my GPA. Do you think I can be a lawyer? And it was like a big joke because I just was like, my teachers knew school was hard. Like
for sure,
having ADD and ADHD, I would have to like read the book literally 3 times. I hate it when they like read this whole book and then we're gonna do a book report and then we're gonna do a project on it. I would have to read the book for like 3 times. But
no big deal.
No, seriously. Even now when I have to read a lot of stuff, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is still my problem. But we had like home ed, which is like one of the classes you're talking about.
Home ed.
Love that one. And then like family planning when like that was like kind of like all that. But then you actually like brought a baby home for the weekend. This like thing that cried all the time.
I know.
And I had to like take it with me to pom practice. Yeah, but it was like good classes to have.
Do they do that on? They do that on Love Island. It's
really?
So funny. Yeah. So one of the last few days, they like bring out babies, and then the couple has to like care for it. And there's like a certain part where like the baby's with the dad and the baby's with the mom, and it monitors like who does better at like pacifying it or whatever. Anyways, but wow, what times to be alive. I wonder now what kind of classes people like or don't like. But what about going to school with your siblings? Did you like that?
I never did.
You didn't? Wow.
When I was in 12th grade, Michael was in 8th, and Brandon was 8 years behind me. Never.
Interesting.
When me and Michael were in elementary school, I don't even remember that.
And you were the oldest one, so it was like you kind of set the tone. It wasn't like, oh, you're a Sadowski.
No, and that's why I'm like always like low key hating Michael and Brandon, because he's like, they always say, oh man, Ray, because I had, I was on the in high school, and they're always like, oh my god, thank god we had you like set the way, like no one messes with us, like the principals were still the same,
Oh my
who
gosh.
like knew me.
Yeah.
So lucky them.
Dang. Wow.
I wish I had someone above me that like could have carved the way a little, or that I could have been like, hitching a ride with.
Oh my god, my older sister was such a freaking saint. So it would be like randomly the old teacher, because she's 10 years older than me, so the older teachers that were still there would be like, are you a Duke? I'm like, yeah, that's my sister. And then it would be like, oh god, how is she? She was so smart. I'm like, yeah, I know. And then there's me, not that. But going to school with my younger sister was really fun at the time, because we would go to school together, or like share stuff, or like clap each other's hands in the hallway. We definitely were like very different in like what we did, so we didn't see each other very much, but it was fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, well, everybody, happy back to school.
Happy back to school.
And if you need anything, go to the Swap.
Literally.
And drop us what your routine, like how do you
what's
stay
your routine?
consistent?
How do you stay consistent?
Yes.
What are we working on this new school year?
What are the vibes for this school year? Are we ready?
Are we ready?
I don't know. I'm getting ready.
I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
Let's go, baby.
All right, guys. Well, catch us here next Thursday, and our mini series every Tuesday, and the flea markets every weekend, baby.
As always, if you guys like this episode, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, and thanks for listening to another episode of You,
Me,
and the Flea.
Bye,
See
guys.
you next week.